everyone, this is FaZe and welcome back to my channel. I can't believe that it's already been a month, over a month actually, of me using the Kindle Paperwhite. It feels like just yesterday I was giving a reaction to this new device and now it's already been over a month of me using it. And it's funny because my review for the Kindle Paperwhite is actually one of my most popular videos on this channel. I got a lot of views, a lot of people watched it, and I got a lot of questions which I'm going to answer today. There's two questions that I received, and I'm going to answer these together. Is one, how is the battery life? And second, is wireless charging worth it? When it comes to wireless charging, I don't really see this as a feature, to be honest, because these Kindles are advertised to work for weeks. And to be honest, it's true. It does last a really, really long time. I read anywhere about 25 to 30 minutes a day, maybe more at times. So in a span of a month, I've only charged the new Kindle Paperwhite once, and I find that absolutely amazing. Now, so the battery life, great. But when it comes to wireless charging, I don't really care for it. And if you saw my review, you probably know that I don't like it because you don't really know the positioning of the wireless charging coils on the back of the device. So if you're trying to, charge it wirelessly, you don't really hit the right spot right away. So you're kind of just fumbling around trying to find what's the right position to place it to actually charge it. So I don't like doing any of that. And even when you charge it, it's not like it's fast wireless charging. It's just wireless charging. It's not as fast as USB-C. So I don't like the wireless charging aspect of it, mostly because you're not charging this every day. It's not like a smartphone where you're plugging it in wherever you go. You're literally going to charge this once, maybe twice a month. So for that, wireless charging is not necessarily needed. And I much rather prefer plugging it in via USB-C and charging it quickly. So for me, wireless charging does not make sense at all for a Kindle. And as for battery life, it's amazing. How are the page flips? Honestly, Amazon, says that with this new processor that they've added in, you get 20% faster page turns. And to be honest, I can see that difference. I actually compared it to one of my friend's previous generation Kindles and side by side, and trust me, this one is faster. Now, at first, it might not seem like a big difference, but when you're reading and you're in that reading session and you're constantly flipping through pages, it's speedy fast. I'm quite amazed by how fast these page turns are. 20% may not seem a lot, but it is when you're reading on a daily basis and you're flipping through pages like every few seconds. So for me, the page turns are really fast, and that alone makes it a huge reason to upgrade to this new Kindle. Another question I receive is if the slimmer bezels come in the way of accidental taps on the screen. To be honest, it's not really an issue. You can easily rest your finger on the bezel, but even if it rests on the screen, the Kindle detects it and doesn't react. It is only when you tap the screen itself when it counts as an actual screen tap. And if anything, I prefer it over thicker bezels. After all, there's a reason why smartphones and tablets are going for slimmer bezels. It allows for larger displays to show more content, yet not making the device so large. Another question I received is, how is the screen quality when you compare it to the Kindle Oasis? Both the Kindle Oasis and the new Kindle Paperwhite are pretty good when it comes to display quality. One is a 7-inch device, that is the Oasis, and this new Kindle Paperwhite is a 6.8-inch display, so almost a 7-inch display. And to be honest, when you look at it side by side, you don't sense a huge difference. To me, they're both very crisp and clear. They're high def. Also, the warm color temperature that's on both of them are also very nice. So when you're looking at it side by side, you don't really see a difference. And if anything, I feel like they're pretty much the same. It all just comes down to the ergonomics of the device and which one you prefer. Is the Kindle Signature Edition worth it? So there's 3 key things that the Kindle Paperwhite Signature Edition has that the base model does not have. First is it has 32 gigabytes of storage versus 8 gigabytes of storage. For me, that doesn't really make an issue at all. A lot of my books are saved on the cloud. A lot of them, and books in general, don't take up a lot of memory. You can have hundreds of books on an 8 gigabyte model, and that's no issue at all. And to be honest, if you have 100 books or over 100 books on your Kindle, I don't really see the need for more memory. If you need more memory, you can easily delete a book or two out of that 100 and still have a lot of room for more books to download. So I don't think you need 32 gigabytes of storage to begin with, 8 gigabytes is more than enough. So for me, the storage capacity doesn't really make an issue. Now, if you listen to audiobooks, and audiobooks do take up 600 to 700 megabytes sometimes for big books, that is, and that's a lot of memory. So if you are someone who wants to download a lot of audiobooks onto your Kindle, maybe the 32 gigabyte model is great for you. But to be very honest, I have audiobooks saved on my phone that I sync with my AirPods, so I don't really listen to audiobooks from my Kindle. I have my phone for that. But for books alone, you do not need the 32 gigabyte model. So for that reason, the extra storage capacity is not really worth paying the extra money for the signature edition. The second thing it has is wireless charging. I don't need it, and like I already talked about, it's not a must-have feature, and if anything, it's more of a hassle at times to charge it wirelessly than just, plugging it in and charging the old-fashioned way, which I actually prefer with this device. Now, the third thing is that it has this ambient light sensor. So it detects your environment and can adjust the color temperature of your display and the brightness based on that environment and the lighting situation you may be in. Now, that's one feature I really like, because that way I don't have to manually go into my device and adjust the brightness or the temperature of the display. It's one of those simple things that you feel like, oh, I can just go in and just tweak it. I don't have to pay extra for it. But when you do pay extra for it and you get that feature, it's something you don't even have to think about. The device smartly, through its sensor, can detect where you are and change those settings for you. So for your eyes, you're always seeing the most accurate, the most color accurate display. So I actually do like that feature, but you just have to ask yourself if that sensor, the wireless charging, and the extra storage is worth it. Because at the end of the day, all the other specs are the same. Since the new Kindle Paperwhite is slightly larger, is it still comfortable to hold? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm literally holding this in one hand right now, and it's literally light. I don't feel like I'm holding a larger device. Yes, the display has gotten larger, but the device itself has just marginally gotten larger, and it's something you get used to within a day. It's very comfortable to hold. There's not a lot of weight to it, and it's very comfortable to hold. Another question I received was, how is the web browser? To be honest, I don't use my Kindle Paperwhite at all when it comes to the web browser. I have my phone for that. I have my computer for that. I don't think this device is even made for that. Now, I have some people commenting that they do like to look up book-related things on the web browser. It's a very sluggish experience. It's not something I recommend at all. I do believe that you need to probably use your phone versus using the browser on this Kindle. But yes, it does support a web browser. So those are a few of the most frequently asked questions that I've received on my channel. If you have more questions, please comment below and let me know. But to be honest, I love this device. It's been over a month, and I use this Kindle Paperwhite on a daily basis. And trust me when I say it, it's hands down one of the best Kindles that Amazon has created. From the user experience to just the overall reading experience, I love it. It's great, and I couldn't recommend it more. So once again, if you have any questions, comment below, let me know, and please subscribe to my channel for more exciting content coming your way. Till then, see you next time.